Hey guys, Murphy just came, try to ruin our plans. Can't win for losing. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We've been gone for a while, maybe 2-3 weeks. We hadn't really posted any videos, and that's because of the experience that we've been having with Murphy.
Yeah.
So we've been wrestling here, not really wrestling, but we've been, just preparing ourselves for this ordeal that we've been going through. And so, to make a long story short, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys what happened. So as you guys know, this was to be our last year in debt, with the exception of our home. Student loans would have been paid off, and I say would have been, they will be paid off
Still will.
by the end of this year. But those plans were greatly jeopardized because Murphy decided to show up at our flipping house. So here's what happened. In January, right after the new year, my wife and her job decided to part ways mutually. My wife has been having some issues on the job. She didn't, feel comfortable with the job and whatnot, and you know how politics are at work. To make a long story short, it was in my wife's best interest to part ways with the organization.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for us and our goals? Well, we are a 2-income household, and I don't want to say we rely on 2 incomes. We really like having 2 incomes.
Yes.
And so
it's much more comfortable with 2 incomes.
Way more comfortable. But what this meant for us was that pretty soon we would be down to 1 income. 1 income. I hadn't been on 1 income since I was single. And so we had to prepare for that. And so we took some time to focus on making sure that we weren't getting derailed, and we were going to make sure we had all of our expenses taken care of. And guys, I can tell you, because we follow Dave Ramsey, and we are virtually out of debt, going down to 1 income was not going to be an issue.
Right.
When we decided to build and purchase our home, we did everything based off of worst case scenarios. So we bought our brand new home based off of 1 income. We purposely got our expenses down to as little as possible by getting out of debt, so that we could have afforded and can afford all of our living expenses off of 1 income, whether it's my income or my wife's income. So that's what we've been doing.
Right. And guys, normally I was totally that person who would not quit a job and not have something else lined up, because I just always feel like you need to have a plan before you take a drastic change like that. But because we were following Dave Ramsey, like my husband said, and because we made some wise choices, then I didn't have to stay in a stressful situation that wasn't healthy. And we were able to deal with that sudden change in our income because we were prepared financially to handle that.
Yeah. We've been doing this thing 6 years now. We're 6 years in. And so we've been grinding for 6 years. And I can tell you with this recent experience that the 6 years has definitely been worth it, because, man, life threw us a curveball. We stepped up to the bat, knocked that shit out the park. Excuse the language, but that's what happened. We didn't flinch. We didn't break stride. There wasn't any major hurdles. We absorbed the blow and kept on going. And it wasn't a major blow. It wasn't a sudden departure, right? It was a mutually agreed upon departure. And so there was some time there was a time frame identified where my wife would stop working. She would finish whatever work she was doing, wrap everything up, train her replacement, and gracefully part ways. And so what that allowed us to do was stop our debt snowball. Now, we've been putting every bit of extra income into my student loan debt. Previous videos, you would see that the thermometer that showed how much money we had left, and it was roughly, I think at the time, 36,000. Now it's down to 34. And so the goal was to pay at least $2,000 to $3,000 on that a month. And so what we had to do was just pause our debt snowball, and in any extra additional income or expenses that we were, not expenses, but any extra spending that was outside of expenses that we were doing, we had to just stop it. And we saved up money until my wife left her position. And we did that so that we could prepare for the worst. So we were able to save up enough money to cover all of our expenses, so that my wife wouldn't have to worry about employment for at least 3 months. So she could have gone 3 months, sitting at home, getting on my last freaking nerve.
Excuse me?
Did you just say the N-word?
No.
Oh. I was like, what?
No.
I work from home. I don't need her here all day getting on my nerves, right? But if that were to be the case, we had enough so that we were fine, for 3 months or even more. And but
God is good.
that was not to be the case.
Nope.
She is not to get on my nerves, and I'm very, very thankful for that. Very thankful. 'Cause you can imagine nagging. Oh, I get nagged. Huh?
Okay. So God is good, and we are blessed and covered in favor. So I have been able to get an offer for another position making $30,000 more. Yes, I said $30,000 more a year. And now we can get back on track and be able to pay that student loan off still this year.
Yeah,
Let's be
so
real.
we got money stacked away for the worst case scenario that didn't happen, right? And that's how you want to prepare for things. You want to prepare for the worst, and if the worst doesn't happen, you all good. So we got this pile of money sitting in the bank, and this is not even counting our emergency fund that we have in the bank. We had this pile of money set aside for in case of my wife, if she were to be unemployed for 3 months, and she's not going to skip a beat because she starts working next week, making $30,000 more than what she was making. Now, I had to wrap my mind around that. Take a minute to wrap my mind around that and think about what that meant for us, what that meant for me.
Really?
Not only do we get to stay on track and get out of debt, like my wife said, we get to do it faster. Because now we got more money than what we were making when she was at this stressful job. So, Murphy, if this wasn't on camera, I would stick up my middle finger. Honestly. He came, he didn't conquer.
Dismissed.
So that's why we've been away. We've been working and making sure we had things in place for our family, and we do. Everything is gravy. I'm very happy for my wife because she got out of her stressful work situation, even though it was a good opportunity for her. All things aren't meant to be for long term.
Yeah.
And some things are for a season, some things are learning experiences, and I think that my wife gained a lot of valuable experience at the employer where she was. I thought it was really good for her professional development. And so it's not like she's leaving near scorn. And I think that they got a lot of good, stuff out of you while you were there. You gave a lot of good insight, and you helped that organization. Well, I know you helped because that showed on your resume, because that's why you got the job paying $30,000 more. So, so again, guys, when Murphy comes knocking, right? And we talked about this in past videos. If you are preparing yourself by following the baby steps, getting yourselves out of debt, getting all of your debt paid off, and getting your expenses as low as possible, you can pretty much manage anything that Murphy throws at you. And this is just another experience. Murphy came and he tried to throw this fastball at us, and we were sitting there ready. And we knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
So you got anything else to say about that?
Nope.
Oh, she's just happy because she's making $30,000. You know, she's making $30,000 more, so that means that she is the breadwinner. So does that mean I can be a stay-at-home dad?
Get in line. No.
Why not?
You can't be a no, because we got a debt to tackle still, and next
After the
house.
debt?
Nope.
Oh, I tried. I don't see how. I think this is what do you call it? Is this sexist?
No.
Females can be at home and be stay-at-home moms.
Well, you already work from home.
Yeah, but I want to be a stay-at-home. I don't want to be a work-at-home
No,
dad.
you like to work. He wouldn't do it.
I probably wouldn't do it because I'd get bored. And then she'll probably come home nagging me even more because she would expect me to clean the house and have dinner cooked. And that ain't me.
Don't be telling all these people I nag you. I don't nag.
See?
I'm really good. I don't. I don't nag.
Name a wife that doesn't nag.
Don't get in trouble.
All right, guys. So that's all we have for today. We'll be posting more videos soon. Sorry for the brief absence. But hopefully the explanation was good enough for you guys. So if you like our videos, continue to watch. If you like, subscribe or leave a comment. And until next time, guys.
This has been Marriage and Family Matters.
With marriage and family
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter. You took my line.
Keep watching.